Splunk Enterprise Module 4. How do we compete and succeed? In this module, we'll cover some customer success stories, look at the competition, and provide you with some discovery questions you can use to engage your prospects. As mentioned before, remember to focus on these primary customer buying centers to be strategic in your accounts: IT operations, application delivery, and security and compliance. These are the primary areas where Splunk competes, as well as where we see most of our success. Infrastructure and operations management, using Splunk to provide immediate visibility and analysis across all servers and network devices from one place. Application delivery, using Splunk to monitor and troubleshoot development and production applications and infrastructure from one place. And security and compliance, using Splunk to improve security posture, speed incident investigations, and meet compliance mandates. The logos shown here represent a few companies using Splunk for various use cases. Now let's look at Salesforce.com. With tens of thousands of users of its distributed multi-tenant application, enterprise cloud computing giant Salesforce.com had limited visibility and slow response to inbound customer calls. Their support team relied on a legacy log mining system that took hours to run queries. The result was slow response time and costly escalations. Rather than focusing on new features and innovation, the Salesforce development team was forced spending time troubleshooting. Salesforce needed better visibility into their infrastructure to resolve issues and enhance the customer experience. So what did they do? Salesforce.com first implemented Splunk in 2009 to improve their operational visibility. Splunk helped them quickly decrease troubleshooting by 96%, freeing their developers to focus on delivering new functionality. Today, Salesforce.com developers, operation staff, and project managers, and hundreds of users all rely on data and dashboards. With Splunk, they analyze the effectiveness of new features, monitor system performance, and improve capacity planning. Salesforce.com is also using Splunk to view analytics around usage of chatter and apps on the Force.com platform. Leveraging the data in Splunk has allowed Salesforce to monitor key performance indicators that help them drive better business decisions. And some of the benefits they've seen include a single pane of glass across their enterprise cloud computing environment, real-time application visibility to understand the impact and usage of new features, increased visibility allows for long-term capacity planning, and operational visibility into the key performance indicators that help drive better business decisions. We've been seeing innovation with Splunk outside of IT in a wide range of exciting new areas. This includes personal activity monitoring. Devices like Fitbit tell me how active a person is in a given day. It has an open API that allows me to track my offline movements and analyze them online. I can correlate my daily activity with all sorts of other measurements, such as calorie intake, blood pressure, and maybe even the number of unread emails in my inbox on a given day, and start to correlate health-related activities to work productivity. Building power consumption. Splunk indexes data from power taps in buildings and correlates it with the power tap location information to provide real-time insights and analysis of power consumption per floor area or room. They also have the ability to drill down to identify the reason for any excessive power consumption and trigger automatic remote shutoff to save energy. Several organizations are Splunking power consumption to look for cost savings and environmental benefits. And another example would be flood monitoring warning. Developed by a partner in Thailand in conjunction with the Thailand government, Splunk collects, indexes, and monitors water level sensor data in real time and alerts subscribers in advance of any future impending flood situations. Be sure to find and share your ORI stories with your customers and prospects. Look in the Content tab in Salesforce.com or the Marketing Resource tab in the Partner Portal or Splunk.com for documents titled In-Depth Customer Stories. Splunk In-Depth Customer Stories are a collection of innovative use cases that highlight the value that Splunk customers gain from collecting, analyzing, and visualizing the massive streams of machine data generated by their IT systems and technology infrastructures. Learn in depth about a unique business challenge and how a customer leveraged machine data and Splunk software in new and interesting ways to drive powerful business and operation outcomes. Let's remember, we do have lots of individual use case competitors, and the key segment-specific competitors are getting a lot more ruthless and sometimes effective. The most proven Splunk competitive selling strategy is to find and prove additional use cases. Now let's talk about Splunk core differentiators. What are those? First, the ability to load, search, and view activity as it happens, reacting in real time to what is going on in the business. This is possible because of our real-time architecture. And we can do this quickly with our Universal Machine Data Platform, providing the ability to load any data with any format and no limits, making all data relevant as it should be. We are able to do this so quickly and effectively because we don't need to know what the data looks like or what questions we want to ask at the time we load it. We use schema on the fly to do this at search time. We simply load the data and start investigating immediately. We can easily modify and fine-tune reports as needed by the business, sharing the right information with the right people at the right time. We can do this because of our agile reporting and analytics capabilities. And this is all done with the same software, whether at our desktop or at the enterprise level scale. Certainly there will be different considerations for a desktop and enterprise deployment, but development work and experimentation done on the desktop easily transfers to the enterprise, giving you short development and deployment cycles. That is, fast time to value. Not many solutions offer this kind of scalability from desktop to enterprise. And lastly, the Splunk community is very open and progressive, as illustrated by the number of free apps available, our fabulous answer site, and events like Splunk Live and our annual user conference. The passionate and vibrant community is one of the best Splunk resources.
Here's the framework that we use to lay out the competitive landscape. It's important to note that there isn't a single competitor out there that does everything Splunk does, and the broad range of use cases that we see customers deploy Splunk means that we run into a veritable laundry list of competitors. Let's start with log search. In this area, we typically land customers initially, and then see them expand to a broader set of functional use cases. There are a couple of discrete segments that we track. The first is proprietary horizontal log search, and by this we mean an offering that is focused purely on log search across multiple data types. When you are in these competitive situations, speak to our time to value. The breadth of our capabilities that Splunk offers is truly unrivaled. We have over 600 applications. We offer a richness of search processing language that enables faster results. We can automatically identify key log values, and we offer deeper visualization capabilities. We also expose Splunk capabilities to a line of business owners through data modeling and pivots, and we allow much more flexibility with retention of policies, ensuring customers can keep the right data at the right place at the right time. The second log search category is open source horizontal. With open source, we see the same challenges over and over, a lack of feature and functionality that creates significant complexity and slow time to value, business and technology risks typical of open source solutions, and lastly, a high TCO for real-world use cases. On the other hand, Splunk has been built from the ground up to be a machine data platform, which includes processing log data. We focused on machine data, schema on the fly, and real-time analytics. These are our foundational capabilities when we talk about operational intelligence and the value our customers are getting from Splunk. Moving up to more sophisticated use cases, one of the fastest growing areas we're seeing customers deploy Splunk is for security and compliance, and this is a ripe area for disruption. Legacy solutions are plagued with challenges. They offer a minimal amount of data types to be analyzed, and they typically don't support custom devices. They offer poor reporting capabilities, the speed of search and reporting leaves much to be desired, and they don't offer correlation between data sources and often struggle at scale. As we look at IT operations and application development and management, it can be tough to separate the two areas. Remember that Splunk is far beyond just logs and individual technology layers. It's more about building a broad scope of insight and operational intelligence across an enterprise in IT and the business. Splunk is a proven solution with approximately 6,000 paying customers and tens of thousands of users of our free offering. Our largest customer implementation indexes over 100 terabytes a day and reports off petabytes of data at rest, proving its scalability over enterprise-class IT environments. And Splunk provides true value as a platform, accessible and managed in common manner across multiple functions and use cases.
Splunk is not intended to replace existing BI tools. However, more to complement them. Splunk delivers a key source of insights from operational data that complements existing BI tools for business analytic use cases. This table highlights key areas of comparison between Splunk 6 and other leading BI tools. So where do you start? Here's a small sampling of a way to start off asking questions. Focus on understanding how they are doing something today. What impact is that having on the business and IT? What would they like to do different? How would they change the way they're doing things today? What improvements do you think they might come across as a result? Use questions as simple as why or tell me more. Explain for me. Can you describe for me? Again, the more metrics and data you can get out of the customer, the better the impact we can have, and let them know that Splunk can help them get to the results that they are looking for. Let's summarize some key learning points covered in this module. Customers use Splunk for a wide variety of use cases, including IT ops, applications management, and security. Remember the 7 core differentiators for Splunk: real-time architecture, universal machine data platform, schema on the fly, agile reporting and analytics, scales from desktop to enterprise, fast time to value, and our passionate and vibrant community. The fact that Splunk is a disruptive technology means that it competes on many fronts. Specific use cases have specific competitors. This concludes this module. Proceed to the next module when you are ready.